Very cool. Congratulations. Good.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Now you know. That's just one. That's one of many stories for Chicago. So Deidra, Fred, I want to say to y'all, great job. Now I'm gonna say great job. Woohoo! That's what I'm talking. So $25,200. That's gonna be now those are some decent numbers. Your first one, Chicago. That's right. I ain't done yet. We ain't done. So the journey. So it sounds like. So from your perspective, did it move faster than you expected? Did it move in line with? Because I know in the beginning you were like, I was
like, yeah, right, coach. Yeah, right. I think what I love about it is awe-inspiring in that it happens exactly like you mentioned. I also talked to Joseph, who's also in the community. He's like, it's like Legos. They all come together. So all the pieces come together, and it's kind of cool to see that. So, starting from when you read about the community, you're like, we'll have people reaching out, landlords reaching out to you, and the next day you're like, yeah, right. But then it happened. We'll have you, so all the many steps that led to it, it's very cool to see it actually come to fruition. It's a 3-bedroom, 1-bath in the Humboldt Park neighborhood of Chicago. It looks like a single family, but it's not. It's a multi-unit. And we have the first floor, which is awesome.
How much are you expecting to get per night? How much did you determine you're going to be able to get per night per room?
$50 per night per room.
And how much is the rent?
$17.25.
So we said $50 a night.
Yep.
Times 3.
Yep.
It's $150 when everything is occupied, and we're gonna multiply that times 30. And so at 100% occupancy, so 30 for everybody that doesn't know the way the formula works is, so at 100% occupancy, $150 a night when everything is occupied, 30 nights out of the month. So that means the most we're going to be able to get is $4,500. But if you all know, if you've been with me any while, if you've been through any training, you know that we don't look at we don't base our decisions on things going perfect, because in most cases they won't go perfect. But what we do base our decisions on is historically, what have we seen across our platforms? And historically, it's going to be, when you optimize properly, you should be able to, unless you're in New York City, LA, or Miami, you should be hosting at roughly around 80-85% occupancy. And it's telling us that you're going to be bringing in $3,825. So we're going to subtract the rent from that. You said $1,725.
Yep.
So at $1,725, she's going to be, after her rent's paid, she's going to be bringing in $2,100, which is more than what her rent is. So she's going to be keeping that $2,100 in her pocket, and we multiply that times 12, and
$25,200, sir.
$25,200. That's what we get to live off of. We don't live off of crickets.
We got enrolled on November 7th, and we signed our lease November 30th. It's 20 days. I counted
20 days. Just that you counting, huh?
Did my 10 a days faithfully. I wanted to do it by 7 a.m. like you coach us to. However, I got to get kids out the door. So I was probably on about 9, and I did that for, like the first 30 minutes. We probably visited, I'm going to say anywhere from 15 to 20 properties. Weather, and in Chicago, is on our side. So one, they dropped the apartment normally, if it was in the summer, would have gone for like $1,900. So they automatically dropped it to $1,750 because it's the winter months to attract. And so then he asked if I would be willing to sign an 18-month lease, already at $125 under market. But when I talked to the landlord, I was like, hey, I'm not sure about the 18 months due to laundry, but we were going to give it a shot. So he lowered it another $25 per month. So we're under market by $175 for 18 months, which is pretty exciting.
That's awesome. And how long did it take for the landlords to start reaching out to you after you started the tenant?
It was exactly what you mentioned, like within the next day or so. 24 hours. And so, and then we were actually pretty successful. I know we've talked within the community about cherry picking around some of the management property or management areas versus those who are owner. This one we actually got through a management team at properties. And it seems like in Chicago, I think a lot of people are renting the rentals and then doing Airbnb. In fact, our lease came with an addendum that basically said the owner recognizes and, you know, does not prohibit any vacation rentals or Airbnbs, totally fine with it. And so that was actually built into the lease. The only thing I did run into, Coach, was in Chicago, which I knew before going in that we needed to have like shared housing permits or a registration number. So while I have it, I'm still waiting to receive that from the city. And so that's been 3 days. So I haven't been able to publish. So Airbnb will not allow you to publish your rentals until you actually get that.
Your not your rentals, your listing.
Oh yeah, my listings.
Yeah, I know, but it shouldn't take long. I mean, I've seen them come back as quickly as about a week. Over there in Chicago, it shouldn't take much longer than that. Like, we're not gonna let you get hurt. You're not gonna get out there and then you got landlords that are willing to work with you and then you're like, okay, I gotta sign this lease. No, like, we're not gonna let you do all that. Like, there's a process. The key to getting out is to start getting comfortable with the process.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you. So excited.
All right, so
I have a question, Deidra.
Wait, we got a question.
What do you do in the health field?
Oh, in healthcare, I work for the payer systems and do product implementation, health delivery. So I worked at Blue Cross for 18 years, and now I'm at a small startup doing the same work.
Very cool. Congratulations. Good. Congratulations.
Yeah. Thank you.
And for all y'all who said it can't be done in Chicago, now you know. That's just that's one of many stories for Chicago. So Deidra, Fred, I want to say to y'all, great job. Now I'm gonna say great job. Woohoo! That's what I'm talking.